Welcome to Nazareth Care Homes. As a member of staff, you are linked to the family of Nazareth throughout many parts of the world. We hope you will enjoy the experience. This program will give you a glimpse of our history and the core values that underpin all that we do. Let's start at the beginning. Our logo. You will see this logo on all official documents. Obviously, the first thing you notice is the cross, indicating that we are a Christian organization. The three figures are Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, whose home was in Nazareth. How did it all begin? Our story begins with a young French woman from Brittany, France, Victoire, born in 1827. Victoire came from a Catholic family whose faith was strong. She was a lively young woman who enjoyed life. Her early life was saddened by the death of her father when Victoire was only 11 years old. On completing her education, Victoire went to live with an uncle in Rennes. She showed a talent for business, eventually setting up her own. Her deep faith went hand in hand with a love and concern for those less fortunate. So much so that on meeting Jeanne Jugan, later foundress of the Little Sisters of the Poor, Victoire left everything to join a group of young women caring for the destitute. She was sent to London, where she was appalled by the dire conditions of the poor, both young and old. When the Little Sisters left London, Victoire and a few companions remained. Later on, they became known as the Sisters of Nazareth, with Victoire becoming foundress of the new congregation. Why did Victoire choose the name Nazareth? Nazareth was the place where Jesus grew up in the company of Mary and Joseph. Jesus lived an ordinary life, helping Joseph in his carpenter's workshop. Love, joy, prayer, and care for others characterized that home. Victoire wanted each home to absorb this spirit, so that every Nazareth house would be a place where all were loved. Moved by the poverty and misery surrounding them, the sisters opened a soup kitchen, perhaps the first in London. Hundreds came from all over the city, with the sisters rising at 4 a.m. to prepare the food. Depending totally on charity, they went out collecting each day. At first, they often met with ridicule, but as their work became known, people of all denominations helped them. The sisters prayed daily for their benefactors, and the practice continues to this day. The sketches you see were drawn from life by an artist who accompanied Alice Meynell, a good friend of the sisters, to Nazareth House in Hammersmith. Alice later used them in a book on Nazareth House. This sketch captures the relaxed atmosphere in which the elderly lived. Alice wrote of the confidence, happiness, and care given the children, which is obvious from this drawing. Victoire Larmenier was ahead of her time in purchasing a house in Southend-on-Sea for 6 sisters and sick children. This facility was probably the first convalescent home in England, and there is still a house there today. The challenges of the past facing Victoire and the early pioneers were principally the great number of destitute people needing care. Funding was an issue, and initially there was a great deal of prejudice to overcome. How did they cope? The sisters' strength lies in their lives of prayer. Most relationships break down through lack of communication. The sisters, keeping daily in touch with God through regular prayer, are given the courage they need to persevere. Since the year 2000, there has been a reduction in the number of women joining religious orders. This has affected the Sisters of Nazareth, who previously operated their own services. Consequently, a number of homes were closed. In the year 2008, we looked at several options open to us in order to continue our mission. These deliberations resulted in the setting up of the Nazareth Care Charitable Trust, which now manages the day-to-day running of our care homes throughout the UK. There are now 3 retirement villages, 2 in England and 1 in Scotland, catering for those who still retain some independence. The sisters have 1 nursery operating in the region. Again, this is a great need today when both parents or guardians have to go out to work. What are the core values? The core values underpin all we do, providing guidelines in our care of young and old. The life of Jesus inspired them and continues to do so. They are respect, acknowledging the unique dignity of all, compassion, showing empathy to others in their suffering, patience, remaining calm in difficult circumstances, justice, upholding what is fair and right, hospitality, creating an environment where all are welcome, love, showing unselfish care for everyone. In 2015, the concept of servant leadership was introduced into the UK region. This philosophy integrates with our core values and traditions. Its characteristics are as follows: persuasion, growth of people, awareness, listening, appreciation, compassion, integration, and spirituality. A training program is provided yearly by appointed sisters, introducing these concepts to all staff members. The Sisters of Nazareth are present in the following countries: England, Northern Ireland, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, United States of America, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, and Zimbabwe. Sister Brenda McCall is the present successor to Victoire. She is assisted by a team of sisters resident in London. She is responsible for the congregation of the Sisters of Nazareth throughout the world. The regional superior and her team are responsible for the UK region, which includes care homes throughout England, Wales, and Scotland. The administration of the care homes is the responsibility of Nazareth Care Charitable Trust, who work on behalf of the Sisters of Nazareth. The local superior liaises with the general manager, attends all relevant meetings, and ensures that the core values are passed on to staff as part of their induction. The resident sisters have varied tasks both in the home and beyond. Our journey continues today with quality care based on the core values in every Nazareth home. Today, care of the young and old is as necessary as ever, but we need dedicated staff to help us realize our goal. Friends of Nazareth. There have always been countless Friends of Nazareth since the beginning of the congregation. Today, this wonderful group of volunteers are known officially as the Friends of Nazareth, an association whose members support our mission through prayer, fundraising, companionship, and activities which enhance the lives of our residents. All those who live and work in Nazareth homes are invited to share the vision of Victoire Larmenier. We need you to pass on the spirit which animated the early pioneers, so that all who live and work and visit Nazareth care homes will feel loved and valued. Together, we can make a difference to the lives of others. Thank you and welcome to Nazareth Care Homes.